Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And welcome to November. This is the first interview for the end of the year for Dudes at Ringside. We'll be ending the year of 2024 in November this year. I just feel it's a little sooner to end it. I know a lot of people will be like, why is November? I just feel that if I end it sooner, I'll have a bigger burst in 2025. So this young lady right here that's next to me will be helping me end the year. And welcome to Thankful for Wrestling Month, everybody. I learned about this young lady through a former guest that she's really awesome. She has an awesome story. And she told me about her, and I was like, let me get on it. And then I couldn't because it said invite. So I had to tell her, push the button further, lady. But by the way, thank you, Gemma. You are a big sweetie. And thank you, everybody. Follow Gemma. She's a sweetheart. She's a good person. Great manager. If you're looking for a manager, she'll give you gold. So without further ado, let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside podcast welcome to Skylar. Welcome,
Thank
Skylar.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. So Skylar, let's go into it. If my internationally known audience is not familiar with you, and why would they not be? Introduce yourself.
So, my name is Skylar. I train in Connecticut under the name Paul Roma and Mario Mancini. East Haven, Connecticut, PAPW, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. So that's kind of where I started my wrestling roots up until now. And then, take bookings all over. Been to Canada. I wrestled in Maine, up the New England, New Hampshire, Boston, and a lot of places in Connecticut right now. So.
Oh wow. I'm a huge fan of the 90s wrestling scene. I'm was born in 83, so like I watched a lot of the matches that Romeo Roma has done with
Pretty Paul. Yep.
Yeah, his tag team. So I know with your age being young in the business, did you ever go on Peacock and look up the Power and Glory matches and get a little fingers wet on the Power and Glory days?
So starting my training, I had no idea who Paul Roma was or Mario Mancini, because that just wasn't my age growing up watching wrestling. I didn't know who those were, but now I went to the school, so now going forward, I do watch some of Roma's matches. I do watch some of Mario's matches, but now I do, Thank God for the Peacock. It has all those WWE old files. I go back and watch many of those matches, just back in the day in the Attitude Era. Things that I wasn't alive to see. Thank God for that.
Yeah, it's so good. That's why I love Peacock.
Yeah.
I can see Triple H going, "You like what?" Goes Joe Panther 30. Shut up, game.
Hopefully it's still there with a Netflix move. I mean, hopefully it's all still gonna be on Peacock. The
I'm
network.
scared because on Hulu, if you see Hulu, they said forgot amount of days left that Raw could be rewatched on Hulu.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of. I hope it's still there. I mean, hopefully in 2025.
Fingers crossed, because I have Peacock, but still I don't have cable, so
I don't think anyone does these days. I always watch the pay-per-views on Peacock.
Yeah, I like that. So let's go back to it. When you first stepped foot in the training facility of Mancini and Mr. Romeo Roma, did you find it took you a while to get acquainted, or did you feel like you were home when you first got there?
I felt like it was home. It was just everyone's welcoming you. It was like a family there, and that's what PAPW is. Everyone is a family. Everyone's there to help you out, and you're helping each other's, making everyone stronger, better. So, of course, I was nervous at first starting, like any probably new rookie would be. But it took time and stuff. But you break out of that shell, and everyone's there to help you, and there's no need to be scared or anything. And Mario's a little easy. Roma could be a little harsh sometimes, but he's only there to make you better.
Yeah, it's both like that when you first step foot into a new world that you've
Yeah.
never really done before. Like with you being like a hockey player, is it? Do you feel like you've used some of that training that you, even though you're holding a stick,
Yeah.
that
I feel
training
like,
into the ring?
yeah, so the athletic ability is still there. Like you still have to be fit and athletic. Um, that I felt was there. Obviously, the mechanics of wrestling could be a little different, but in some ways, it's still that team aspect when you step in that ring. So just like hockey, you're on a team with all these guys and girls that you got to work together to like win. In wrestling, you got to work together to perform, like put on a show. So in some aspects, I guess psychology wise, it's literally the same. Mechanics, I mean, it took a little while. You're not really flipping in hockey or jumping.
Yeah, with it being like it's that season because like with you is I know the wrestling season goes from like does wrestling ever like shut down for you or is it
No,
always
I think it's 365 days a year, 24/7. Like you could get bookings every week. I mean, like it's never stops. Um Hockey right now because I'm doing a rec, which is like we call it beer league, but like it's like games like maybe once a week and like it breaks up in sessions, like 4 sessions a year. So you get like 3 weeks in between sessions. I'm doing that now just to keep it up and still play. So kind of like that is still like all year too, if you think about it.
Mm. With like your training and your hockey training, do you ever have like a set schedule? Like, because I know you do your hockey training. Is it like hockey training on certain days and then you go to practice on the other ones for wrestling?
So I train usually wrestling wise Wednesdays, and then my like hockey games because they're not like practices; it's just games because it's like a men's league and beer league we call it, but like it's just games, and I'm on 2 teams, so it's like maybe probably twice a week, and if they ever need a goalie, I fill in for other teams. So you kind of work around it. And then obviously wrestling's more on like Saturdays and sometimes Sundays, depending on shows. So there's no games usually on that kind of days.
So what was your thought process the first time you ever went through the curtain for your first professional wrestling match?
I was nervous as hell. I mean, butterflies, like don't mess this up. Um, but then when you go through the curtain and you do it multiple times, like every show, like you just get used to that. I mean, you still get that nervous feeling, but it was amazing. I mean, you as a kid, like 14, 13, I mean, I remember doing youth classes in New Jersey and just practicing like the rolls and lockup chains. But finally, like going out there and performing a match in front of like friends and family, I mean, that's cool. Like they see all the hard work you put in, like training for like 8 months, and then you could finally showcase that. So nervous, don't mess up, but like exciting.
So who made your gear?
No gimmick. So I know she does a lot of WWE, AEW kind of stars. So shout out to Lori. She makes the best gear I think in the business. Like
I've
it's
seen
just
it. Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
I
Been
just
dying to
got
work
like
with her.
yeah,
Been dying to work on having her on here for like
yeah.
3 years.
She is
Like
so I know her busy schedule. She's always making gear every single day and traveling, but she gets them done, and I thank God. Like her gear is spot on.
like is there any other state or country that you have on your list that you want to go to that you haven't been to yet?
I mean, I would always love to wrestle down in Florida. I feel like that's kind of the big wrestling state too, because you got like AEW down there and like all other places. And so, I mean, I would love to maybe do an indie show down there. Um, I would love to go back to Canada maybe down the line in the future. I mean, I did wrestle for a place. It was Capital City Wrestling up in New Brunswick, and that was
Heard of them.
fun. I wrestled for them twice, and their crowd's a little rowdy in Canada, so I would love to go back.
They're hockey fans. What do you expect?
There it is.
They know you should have an alternate outfit when you're in Canada that you get like oh my gosh,
That
I
would
got
be
it,
good.
Skylar. When you're in Canada, they should have her make you like tights that look like the Canadian like hockey pants
Yeah,
and
the
the
like all the
jersey, right? Have you
yeah,
come
that
out with
would
like a
be dope. I
jersey
would.
and
That
then
might
take it
be.
off and you have like the top that looks like or whatever, like the top, but have it say like hockey girl or whatever on the
Yeah,
top.
or like have the NHL logo maybe, and then put
But
something.
make it say make it look like the NHL logo, but make it say Skylar instead of
That would look.
NHL.
Yeah, that would look dope. Maybe. I know I had new gear made. It's like gold and black. So Boston Bruins colors.
There you
So
go.
that's my team.
See, I'm trying to help you out with
Yeah.
gear, and we haven't even met. It's like, here you go. Gemma's like, you're taking my manager job, Joe. No, I don't want to work with her. Get away.
Uh,
Yeah, it's so funny. So, what, like, being at, like, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I go to PPW a lot. I would suggest you come. If you ever been to PA, yeah, definitely check out PPW
hmm
and Slate into PA. They're really, really awesome. A lot
I
of
heard of
awesome
it.
things. Yeah, you've heard of PPW?
I know some people who are on it. So yes, I believe so. I think I want to say Marbury was on it. Maybe Sammy Chaos. Maybe
Oh, yes, yeah. Sammy Chaos
I
just
want to
lost
say
the women's
yes.
title to Danny Moe, like, last month.
Yeah, so I want to say I know like some people that has been on the shows down there, but yes, I would love to. I mean, maybe down the line have like the
Yeah,
opportunity to work one of those shows.
yeah, and also, what's his name? Alpha Junior. He has a promotion over there. He's
Hmm.
the son of one of the Wild Samoans. He has a school, um, Battlefield Pro Wrestling,
Okay.
which at this time of the episode airs, I would have already gone. I've already went to this show. It was so awesome. Such a great crowd, such a great wrestling. That Rumble was so awesome. I can't believe that person won. It's so insane. That person won the Rumble. But yeah, Skylar. So with it being like thankful for wrestling month, like what would you say you're thankful like within the wrestling world?
Honestly, I'm thankful for like all the fans that come out to the shows. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I mean, we'll just be performing in front of no one. I
Mm.
mean, it'll be like COVID days
Oh
probably. But
God.
but I'm thankful for them. I mean, I'm thankful to just be wrestling. I meeting all these people in the locker room, all the wrestlers, just making connections, making new friends. I mean, it's what it's all about, and I kind of love it, and I'm thankful for it.
Awesome. Is there any other wrestlers that you have not wrestled yet that you've been wanting to wrestle? You have like that list, like a Chris Jericho. You have the list.
Um, I do. I mean, uh, I would love to do more intergender matches. I mean,
Mm.
down the line. I mean, there's pretty talented guys out there. I would love to do that. I do want to wrestle Delmy again. I mean, I wrestled her in the past. I kind of want to run it back again. Um, Run it back with Nikki Duke, maybe. I mean, geez, you're putting me on the spot right now.
I like that, but I hate that. I feel bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. I mean, let's see. I'm blanking. Megan Bain, maybe down the line.
Ooh, that's a tough one right there.
Yeah,
Mother Endless, maybe.
I know that one. Oh, but yeah, I mean, kind of off the top of
Sammy
my head.
Chaos, maybe.
Who was that?
Sammy Chaos, maybe.
I wrestled her in the past, but yeah, I would love to run it back.
Danny Moe, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name, but yeah.
Zoe Conway. Carn. Zoe. She wears like yellow and blue and yellow. That's her
Okay.
outfit. Yeah. That's oh my gosh, there's so many female wrestlers that I would love
Yeah,
to
I
see.
just don't want to leave one out. There's
There's
so
so
many.
many when they'll be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you forgot me." Like
You
I was
forgot me.
watching Dudes at Ringside, and I watched your interview in November, and you forgot me. Be getting like lists of DMs. You'd be like, "Damn,
Yeah,
can I
all these
make this page
invites. Too.
private?" But then you'd be like, "So you watched my interview, huh?" Hmm. Like, and if they didn't see it, they're like, "So you didn't see my interview?" That's not
Yes,
nice. Me and Joe are so disappointed.
you have to
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah. So if Skylar, if my fans want to pick up any Skylar merch, where can they find it?
So I gotta order more, but it is on prowrestlingtees.com. The link is gonna be in my Instagram, so you can just click that link, and I have a merch right there. You could just go ahead and buy.
Awesome. If there was any kids watching this podcast, hello guys, or listening on Spotify, nice to hear my voice, right? And they just got into the business, but they're thinking, oh, I don't know if this is for me. What kind of advice would you have for them?
Like, if you love it so much, and maybe other people are telling you, no, don't do it. I say don't listen to them. I say, like, go for it. I say it doesn't hurt to try if you're feeling on the edge. I feel like if you love something so much, like, you're gonna go after it. And you don't have to be good to start. I mean, everyone starts somewhere. You just takes time. And if you love it so much, you're gonna work at it. You're gonna train every day. You're gonna work to get better, and then you just keep doing it. And you never know where it could take you. I mean, you could be the biggest star of WWE or AEW, no matter where. I don't MLW or whatever, but just don't give up. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of doubters, and people might laugh, but it's just, you brush them off and you keep going.
Awesome. Skylar, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It really
Thank
means a
you.
lot. A young rising star like you. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm Joe Panther III,
I'm Skylar.
and we will catch you in the